I want to come closer. Much else.
Your orders?
Caution, please. Strange.
Why would I go there when there's a layer of the ancient there?
How old is this fortress? It is incredible that it even exists in this place.
You see that? The strapping warrior slams her shield against the floor, rattling the stones beneath your feet.
Scurriers in my keep! Make ready to be crushed, vermin of Eothas!
Get me out! She still with a red scald and her skin flickering as she grimly appraises you.
Nay, I will not risk the spread of the Defiler's filth during this time of crisis. May Magran forever burn your soul in agony. You'll find no mercy in the Everflame.
Okay. I wanted to be nice, but alright. Yeah, people are like, yeah, we don't have to fight. Huh?
Yes? They'll fall by my hand.
That one felt stronger than the first.
This does not sound good.
What me to do?
I wonder what she thinks of all this. Seeing her creation snuffed out as easily as a candle.
Ruthless warrior stands tall even amongst his giant brethren. With a stern sweep of his hand, he addresses the soldier at his side.
The Brentfist tarries for too long, yet only she is fit to fire the shrine. Go and ensure that she returns readily with the ancients.
It would be my honor, Bathor.
Return in victory, Rekir.
Yes, Bathor.
Hathor.
And remember,
The giant sweeps his gaze in your direction. When the warlord spots you, his shoulders stiffen and he reaches for the mace strapped on his back.
you are a bold one to attack us in our own seat of
I
power.
did nothing.
I hope you are prepared to die here, for I will soon prostrate you on the altar of Magran and burn you for her glory.
The warriors let me pass in order to speak with Eothas, or rather, the first two did. He's not gonna like that. The warlord studies you for a few stretched seconds. The ensuing silence is heavy, oppressive beneath the weight of his potential violence.
Given the circumstance, I will hear your reason for being here, but my patience burns quickly, kid.
His eyes glow brightly from behind his heavy mask.
What is your relation to Eothas, if not to act with him against Magran?
They're still part of my soul. I need it back.
Then you two have cause against Eothas, as we do.
Maybe.
We are prepared to assault Eothas at the base of the moor.
The warlord gestures to the shrine of Magran behind him.
The shrine will lower us to the sacred Ardra pillar, where the embodied god now gluts himself.
Let me through. I'll speak with Eothas and convince him to leave this place.
Even if I believed you, I cannot do such a thing.
Why not? Shakes his head, his eyes burn fiercely intent.
We guard the sacred depths of the moor. None may freely enter.
Well, God did. I mean, I'm just saying.
Thus the shrine lies dormant, locked without the talk of Bethacton.
Ups his shoulders back with pride.
Sometimes I feel like this whole archipelago has a vendetta against traditional locks.
Did you expect to answer a riddle, then navigate a labyrinth to access the way?
It would be nice. The warlord glowers at you, his gaze hot like a brand against your skin.
Our high priestess. The Brenthis is the Torque's rightful bearer, but she has yet to return to the keep.
Why would Berethus have gone at this time like this?
Our first defense against the Defiler god lies in
His
shambles.
body markings flare with his anger.
So the Brenthis has hastened to summon our ancient ally to battle. She is deep within the lair of the Ancient, west of the keep. When she returns to us with the dragon, we will fire the shrine and strike down the Defiler.
You had the torque, would you let me through? The warlock crosses his arms over his chest, fiery skulls flaring at his biceps bulge. Eventually, he grunts and gives you a cuff nod.
Return our Brenthis and the Torque, and we will let you join us in glorious battle indeed.
Well, if you assault Eorfus, you'll be slaughtered.
To die for Magran is the greatest honor. We live only to protect the goddess and to serve her will.
Hey.
And Magran has obliterated Earthis before, has she not?
Did she though? Did she though?
Bravery burns within
Yes,
your
you did.
blood.
Well, I mean,
It
still
stokes
alive.
my respect. I approve of this venture. Until the Brenthis returns with the Ancient, my warriors will remain restless and ill at ease. Rakir, go to the lair of the Ancient and carry out my command. You will permit this Kith to assist you, presuming he can muster the strength.
It will be done. You have
Call
my
me
word,
weak, bro.
Hathor.
Kith, should you return the Torque, and our priestess along with it to the shrine, you will have proven your worth by serving Magran's cause. And you, Segroth, lay a protection upon the Kith. The lair of the Ancient is a deadly place, den to a great dragon. This shall safeguard you against the fire and fumes that fill the caverns.
It's the dragon that concerns me.
Yep. Oh, what do you mean you can go there? This is nonsense.
Don't let your feathers catch.
Haze of a soul shifts up like smoke from a corpse scored with heavy claw marks. Hot to touch, the essence slowly wafts through your fingers, then you tumbling down into the feverish sensation of a soul reed. You are a great champion, a Goliath among giants, your chest tight with pride, and now something darker, a strange dread. It flickers inside you like the fires of a waking forge because you know you too are soon to be tempered as you stare down upon this distant god. The Defiler your brothers and sisters died to defend but could not, who now gluts on the Adra Spire, striking plans against Magran. The iron chains that suspend the bridge beneath your feet drip blood and sweat. Weeping, the moss spans below, battered by the invader, the jagged keep, now ever more apt in name. He cut a path to the spire and could not be stopped. He drank deeply from so many of you. The Berethus watches beside you. She is fierce and will know what to do. She can hear Magran within the flames. Without further delay, she hastens you into the dragon's lair. She will call the beast, and it will rage with you into assault. Inside, the cavern is dark and shivering. The Berethus rules ahead of you. Despite your barked warning, something is wrong. The heat loils against your skin, a whisper of death, dangerous rather than confronting. The Defiler god has riled the dragon. Great! The Berethus has raised her torque high as the call of the dragon, the light of it sheening, her helm in the darkness. She is thundering. The time has come. Jada, submit to Magran's will, and the walls rumble from within earthquake. No, from the beast's laughter. The shadow looms to your left, then scalding claws punch through your skin. Fantastic, okay? Possible. The closer you near to the dimming lit essence that smoulders over Rathan's burnt corpse, the stronger you feel the soul's flickering confusion and grief. Ashen crooked fingers clutch a still flaming torch, grasping the relic tightly even in death. Reach for the soul. Rather than falling face forward into the vision of the Wothan's final memory, her last thoughts scream through your mind in a jumble of disjointed words and disbelief.
I am burning! I am burning! I am burning! And it is not in pleasure, not for Mother Margaret!
No, it's not for pleasure, is it?
I should have listened when she said nothing. But I was willing to die to reach the Everflame, to sacrifice them and everything to ash, to vanquish the Defiler. And I am burning, but not in the flame. Not with honor and eternity, but for a moment. I am disgraced.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, keep going, keep going.
Who will lay the talk before the Mother to fire the way? Who is left? Who will guard the sacred spire, the Mother's mind? Who will descend the shrine to the Defiler's God's face? Not to these hands that are ashes sifting on a breath that is a last sigh of a wretchedly snuffed life. Not to me and mine. Now she who was blackened and befouled and forsaken by the flames, forsaken by Magran.
Wow. Oh, wow. That's no a cult I didn't think it was. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh. Hi there.
Ain't she a beauty?
There she is. Creature of smoke and scales, embers and talons loom up from the darkness. Her back and ribs gleam illutedly red as the lake of fire that laps at her feet. She hisses, sounds like rocks grating together in her throat, and through her pure back lips form no words. You understand.
Who comes now to stoke the flames of chaos further? Have I not yet feasted enough? I suppose I can make room for another.
Please don't.
No, no. That can't be healthy.
Be a figure.
Start with the bird. He's been complaining ever since we arrived.
He glares down at Ishi, who cocks her head at her. Really? Wow, sacrifice the bird. That's nice.
Blessed and terrible ancient one. The Bathor
Oh, she's gonna get
me in
scorched and shit. A dry laugh crackles from the dragon's stick. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I have no intent.
An easy meal is still a meal.
He stretches her smouldering neck out as she chuffs.
Squeal and scurry, or do not. I will suckle the marrow from your bones regardless soon enough.
You make a bent The Rafa failed to honour your magnificence, but I offer my service with humility, O great one.
Do you now? And what need would one so ancient as I have for one so tender as you?
Settles her large body slightly lower into the magma.
Or perhaps you are a tough one? Tougher than these Rathun?
How can we do anything to stop Eophis? If she erupts this volcano, you'll be destroyed along with it.
Should I believe the wretched words of a trespasser in my den? Even were it so, the fire feeds me. It can cause me no harm.
I like that resolve though. Okay, believe me, dragon.
Perhaps you speak the truth, and such may come to pass. Only fools die fighting the gods. I have lived for eons, and I will live for eons longer.
Great.
I fly.
Get heave, she slogs her body from the magma and takes to the sky. See ya. Whoop. Up we go. I don't.
My brethren.
Kith. Then it is as I feared, and as I felt. Her flames have been extinguished.
Absolutely.
I do not share the Brenthis's ability to commune with Magran, but I must believe the goddess would will us to fight. We must make a final stand. To return in victory from the lair of the Ancient. I misjudged you. You are one of a kind among Kith. What became of the Ancient? Jorda Fairless. Triumph will be nigh impossible without her.
And Riley slides out and back as she calmly turns her head towards you. The warlord tilts his head as if he's considering the true meaning of your companion's reaction. Growing distrustful, he tightens the grip of his mace.
You will answer me, Kith, without trickery or lies.
The dragon has forsaken you. Well, technically not, but he falls silent, the scrollings of his skin flailing hotly.
Indeed. I feared the worst when the Brenthis failed to return with the beast. We've no choice. Despite the odds, we'll attack without either's strength.
Shakes his head, the mushing grave.
If this is to be our last stand, we must
I mean,
prepare
technically
ourselves,
it's right, but
either
it's
for
not.
victory or for sacrifice. Lest Magran forsake us for our failures. You've earned the right to Fire Shrine with the talk of the Other Flame. But we cannot join you as yet in facing the Defiler.
Yeah. No idea what that means, but alright. Yeah. Like, you know, she's like, technically you kinda let them go. It's like, Stand before the shrine of Magran, goddess of flame and war. Lifting your eyes, fiery motes begin to streak across your vision as you stare into the imposing cast for lightness. For a span of a single breath, everything falls eerily silent. The Rathon behind you fade away. Flames to either side of you flicker higher, dancing without sound. But the heat is real, licking at your skin. Then metal groans of Magran's statue bends her head to you in greeting.
Watcher, the time does not allow for niceties.
Does it now? Does it now? Her words flow like lava from her lips, like the trails that burble hotly from her eyes.
Even now, Aethys gains strength from the spire. What progress have you to report?
Arriving a final assault against Aethys.
Then they will burn to ash and return to the mud kiln from whence they came.
That's nice. She leans forward, the copper of her corded arms gleaming from the blustering flames. She tugs her sword free from her plinth, and the entire shrine shudders with heat.
Presently, I shall erupt this volcano, and with it, consume Aethys. I suggest you retreat if you at all value your mortal form.
More time with Aethys.
I can give you only the moments more it takes me to fully fire the depths of this maw. After that, I will not stay the assault. Even for you. Fare thee on,
Well,
Watcher.
she's pleasant, isn't she?
My condolences, should you die.
She inclines her head once more in a stalwart farewell. Okay. Interact with the shrine. A statue of Magran towers above you. Bloodied and battle-ready, the goddess clutches both sword and shield. At the base of the statue, a rectangular iron-slated altar rests between two unlit braziers. The slated top of the altar has been hammered silver water smooth, except for a single circular groove notched deep into the centre of the slab. Charred bits of metal, leather, and bones piled in the interior of the circular grove. The remains of prior offerings to the goddess. Place the torch. The brazier on either side of the altar flare to life. red hot flames shooting high before settling into the steadier, softer burn within the bowels. Lava eddies beneath iron grating in the floor, heating the soles of your feet, while the statue herself seems to wake, metal groaning, rasping as the shrine removes. Great. Great. Fantastic. You're all gonna die, and she's not gonna care. Right? Right? The statue talks about you, eyes flaming, fists gripping her instrument of war. At the base of the statue, a rectangular iron-slated altar rests between two blazing braziers. In the centre of the altar, the torque of the Haken brightly burns, an offering to Magran. Bend into the depths of Ashen Maw. With a squeal of metal against metal, the entire floor drops with a stomach lurching 5 feet. Chains clang like the toll of a bell as they catch pounding against the time-worn gears. Then the shrine begins steadily lowering into the maw. As the shrine cranks lower into the maw, Eoth's colossal Adra-carved dome, neck and shoulders slowly emerge into view. This close, the god rises up like a mountain, larger than you ever remember having seen him. Energy vibrates from his massive body, and a cacophony of mutterings and shouts from the soul withering within, it slams into you, nearly knocking you from your feet. That can't be good. This can't be good. This can't be good. Do 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 do.
You're certain he wanted us all to come?
Well, you can go somewhere else if you want.
Watcher, I wasn't sure you'd make it. But there is enough of you in me to grasp that you had a better chance than most.
That's nice.
Some would say it's because you have a strong soul. Great deeds come easily to one so spiritually blessed. Or have you become great because of what has been thrust upon you? Watcher of Cadnua, Herald of Berith, Hound of Aethys.
Each of us simply does the best we can. My trials have made me who I am.
You have done much in this life, it's true. But if it weren't for your past with Theos, with Eora, you never would have come down this path.
Maybe.
But you have come a great distance for answers. What would you ask of me, Watcher?
I need to know why you come back.
You need to know? Or Berith? Or the gods?
Oh, after all you've done, I think every creature that lives and breathes on Eora needs to know, yeah.
And it would seem even she whose presence shakes the heart of this mountain needs to know.
Magran is prepared to take drastic measures to stop you.
Magran fears what I will do, just as she feared what I would do in the Deerwood. But this time, there is no power on Eora or in all of hell to stop me.
Oh.
Understand that what I'm saying is neither a boast nor a challenge. It is the clearest statement of truth I can give you, give Berith, in the hopes of dissuading you from taking actions that may harm others.
There's no way I can stop him. Right. What are you going to do?
Force gods and mortals alike to open their eyes to one another. It seems my sister does not like the sound of that.
Maybe more specific. What are you trying to do?
I want to return the gods to our original purpose, and to allow mortals to worship us, or ignore us, for what we are, not what we pretend to be. When I entered Widewin, I did so with the intention of illuminating the history of Anguith. I wanted to show all the nations of the Eastern Reach the machines we had used to create ourselves, how we had hidden our true nature from mortals for millennia. But even if I had succeeded, my words would have been easy to deny. Belief creates the foundation upon which a mind's reality is built. Some minds can never let go of that foundation. They would rather hold tight to the world in their mind than accept what they're being told.
I like the third option. I want him to try and be honest, so if that's so, what are you going to do this time that will make any difference?
I have not come to speak, to convince, to plead, but to break the foundations of belief itself, to extinguish the lights that maintain the illusions we have created. We took on the mantles of gods from legends, and in so doing, made real what was false, crafted truth from fiction. The time has come for a new covenant between gods and mortals. One forged in the light of truth and understanding between our kind. I will leave this place and go to the lost city the Huana call Ukaizo. It is there that all souls pass through the machines of the gods, where all souls pass into the beyond before beginning their next life. When I reach that place, I will find our great machines and tear them to pieces. I will smash the great wheel until the lights of hell all gutter and die. And when my work is done, I will leave this world forever.
Okay, well I guess that's one way to get a response.
I'm surprised Magran is reacting this way. I would have thought she would appreciate a trial of this magnitude, one that tests us all. Both gods and mortals alike rely on the wheel. We depend on it for the souls that give us power. Mortals depend on it for the lives of future generations. Breaking it will force all of us to face the truth. We will fail together or move forward together. Either ending is preferable to the cycle we still find ourselves in.
Okay, right. Can we run?
Once again, the gods have put you in a precarious position, Watcher. Considering all the troubles I have put you through, the least I can do is protect you from the wrath Magran has intended for me.
I'm not going to say anything.
I must say, you've been remarkably calm in spite of all this. This next part may test you. Brace yourself, Watcher.
Brace myself.
Aethis's great hand floats away from the luminous Outtro pillar. As it pulls back, for a brief moment you see a golden tether flash into existence between the pillar and the great titan's back. When the Outtro fingers gently cradle you, there is first a sensation of warmth, but it is followed by a harsh splitting of consciousness. Your awareness vacillates erratically between the physical world and the spiritual dimension of Aethis's body. Your soul glides amid the many trapped with Aethys. As your brilliant form passes by them, they call and reach out for help. Below Aethis's body, the volcano erupts. Molten rock rushes over the great Outtro body, but does not slow its movement. Rathun rush to higher ground, but cannot outpace the lava, which overwhelms and consumes them as it rises.
Well, that's not great.
Your attention returns to the heart of Aethis's body. Deep within the whirling masses of souls, you again sense your own presence, the fragment that was taken from you. This time, you reach out to it as it reaches out to you. You meet somewhere in the great mass of Audra, the rest of the souls fading at the edge of your awareness. We are together again. Are you ready to be together again?
Am I ready? Why wouldn't I be ready? Why wouldn't I be ready? Again, are you ready? Why wouldn't I be?
Since we've parted, you've become someone else. I have become myself. When we join, we won't be ourselves anymore.
Yes, we won't. I'll be me.
Your senses yank back to your body, still in Aethis's hand. There is light, sunlight. He has emerged from Ashen Maw, the rim of the volcano and the great keep of the Rathun collapsing behind him. The Audra is barely visible through the thick lava covering his body, and still, he moves. The ocean is gone, water sucked away, leaving only the bare seabed glistening in an ominous
Ooh,
silence.
he's fighting back. Ooh.
You summon the strength to turn your head. Through the cracks in the great god's fingers, you see a wall of water, taller than Nekataka, taller than Aethys, as tall as the moon. It comes with the rumbling of a terrible stampede. The wave slams into Aethys. His hand closes, protecting you from the devastation. Somewhere in your mind, you hear Andra screaming.
Yeah, I don't like this. Uh-oh.
You are back inside him.
Not great.
Back with yourself.
Lovely.
Are you still the same Watcher who returned the lost souls of the Deerwood to their intended bodies? A light shines within the soul as it observes you, waiting. I am.
Yes, I am, and I will do everything I can to save those poor souls before I am done.
Good. Then this should be easy.
I hope so.
You feel cool air, seawater. The back of your mind pulls your attention back to your body. Aethys stands amid the now calm waves. Kraken futilely clinging to his limbs as he gingerly sets down your ship with one hand. He carefully opens his other, setting your body on the deck. As your head comes to rest, your vision rocks forward, pulled back into the Audra, back to your soul. Some of us is lost to him. Fragments and the empty spaces between them. They will always be a part of him. But we are still us. And it's time for us to go. Together. The soul rushes toward you, flying into you with ferocious speed.
Rubby tackle.
You are thrust back through the Audra, out of the palm of Aethys's hand, back into your body. You can feel the sensation of your skin, the warmth of the Audra, but you are not fully in control. The other soul struggles to reach the surface of the body's consciousness, but you pull it down. Entangled, you float in a dark, boundless expanse. The more you fight each other, the closer you become, until somehow, impossibly, every piece of you is touching every piece of them. Through the distant window of your eyes, you see Aethys push slowly against your ship. Though his touch is light, it is still the touch of a god. The ship lurches, rapidly tearing across the water southward. His hand pulls away from your ship's wake, his body straightening, towering overhead. The volcanic rock, now cooled and gently steaming, sloughs from his body as he moves. The Audra beneath is still immaculate, unmarred. He watches you depart, and you hear a voice in your mind as you sink deeper into the blackness of sleep.
Tell them what you have witnessed, Watcher. Tell them what is coming.
Death.
The windows of your eyes retreat into the distance. The fragment of your soul is so close to you in the darkness that you can't tell if its thoughts are separate from your own. Aethys is going to Ukaizo?
Yeah, this is going to Ukaizo.
He's going to stop the wheel.
He's going to stop the wheel.
Aethys is going to Ukaizo. Aethys is going to Ukaizo. He's going to stop the wheel. The words repeat in your mind until they become an incessant, meaningless mantra. Involuntary meditation in the emptiness of your unconscious. When the words finally dissolve and become part of the darkness, you see a pinpoint of light. You no longer sense the other soul. No longer sense the person you were before Aethys touched you. You swim toward the light.
Swim towards the light.
As you come closer, the light becomes two blurry spots of radiance. You settle in behind your eyes and feel your lips already moving, mumbling. Around your body you sense familiar scents and sounds, voices raised in shock and alarm. You take control of your mouth, opening it wide and drawing a great breath.
That cool. Well, it seems I am now back with my soul. Whoa, we are actually in Nikadaka. A pounding headache drags you to most of the way back to your senses. Your vision blurs and acrid taste fills your parched mouth. Details of the room slowly come into focus, the sounds of an ongoing debate, a distant echo.
Are we simply going to wait? What if he never wakes up?
Hello.
Are those frilled collars stuffed in your ears? If the Watcher's mumblings are right, then Aethys is marching on Ukaizo. We have to move.
In the brief silence you hear Asuma Karu boots scrape against tile as she paces.
He's seizing power from the very gods who betrayed him. Destroying the wheel to make sure they never come back.
She shakes her head and chuckles with grim appreciation.
It's a coup, and we have to muster the strength to stop it.
The unraveling of Kohopa from Tangaloa is our greatest test from the gods, I say. We must live to deserve the world they make for us.
Rests her chin on her fist and considers. The assembled leaders turn their attention away from each other in a prolonged and thoughtful silence. At last you feel fully present and steady on your feet. The attention of the room abruptly shifts to you, filling the void with expectant whispers. Everyone here?
Ah, you're awake.
I'm awake.
Welcome back, Watcher. Your arrival in the wake of the eruption at Magran's teeth was alarming. You shared a great deal while you were asleep. We aren't sure what to make of it.
Are you quite all right? You have been out of sorts since whatever that was.
Her golden eyes dart over you with concern.
Join our talks, I say. Rational discussion will gust away the ominous smoke rising from Ashen Maw.
The
Deadfire is no stranger to cataclysm. We can survive by cleaving to a shared purpose, a greater good, Akira.
To each of the envoys in turn.
For what else did the gods place us here? We who have ships and resources enough to make a difference.
Seem to be at ends with each other, you know. Castro glances around the room at the gathering parties, his brows climbing.
What we need is brass. Roatai has ships and cannons aplenty, but the only way I'm sending them is if...
He breaks off at the boom of a door slamming open. Commotion echoes from the entrance hall. As everyone turns towards the noise, her hand strays to her gun. The sound of approaching footsteps grow in volume as Courier scrambles into the throne room, panting and glistening with sweat. His mouth opens and closes like a fish grasping desperately for breath.
Ships have formed the blockade around Queen's Berth. Their commander demands parley with Serpent's Crown.
Parley?
What? But what about our ships? I must get a message through to the captains.
For what do our enemies paint a target on their hull? This is a stirring bid for my attention.
She narrows her gaze past open door.
Send word to my water shapers to drain the sea around the flagship. I would parley on better terms than this.
Begins to rise, but the courier speaks up ahead of her.
My queen! They fly the colors of pirates! The Principe are...
Oh, so this is the lassie.
Well, what have we here?
Confident voice booms from the open door. Ah yes, because the Principe, we kind of killed the slavers, eh? The motley sailors who don't hold the Hoana guards at bay with drawn weapons, taking some of the more opulent decorations with avid interest. One pirate separates out from the fold, sauntering boldly forward. Well, all three of them do. So.
Forgive me, Lovesome, but it looks like you're having a party. A rather fine one to which you didn't invite me.
Why would I invite you? She winks, a soul just glinting in the light as she cocks her pistol high above her head.
You painted vagrants are a plague on my tribes. Why should I not hang you from the walls of my garden?
She grips the handrest of her throne as if ready to fault up an attack.
You should be asking yourself how they got in here in the first place.
That was true, yeah.
Oh, I do love when they squabble. But I'm here for neither pleasantries nor entertainment. We've bigger fish to fry. Or should I say gods?
A determined-looking guard inches closer to Ideal from the edge of the court. Without looking, the Principe captain swivels her pistol to aim straight at his chest.
Now everyone just calm down. I promise we won't fire on you at this time. Unless firstly provoked. That is, until once we've safely absconded from the city back to the high seas. Then all bets are off again.
Ooh!
Yes, well, if you have a point, pirate, I suggest you reach it quickly.
We're supposed to take a bunch of pirates at their word?
Yes.
Right you are. However...
The narrow-eyed look she settles in the room is more than a little bloodthirsty.
I'm here because I've got questions, ones that can't wait. And the Lovesome Watcher's the only one likely to answer them nicely.
Her friends like these are causes doomed. Yeah. If we want to reach Ukaizo, we'll need every ship at our disposal.
Ukaizo? What's the lost city of gold got to do with a god on a rampage?
Eophas is going to take... Eophas is going there to break the reincarnation cycle.
Well, fuck if that doesn't put things into perspective.
Well, that's true.
But what's that even mean in the long run? Folks who die won't be coming back again.
Well, that's generally what that means, isn't it? It's possible. I don't know. It's exactly common. Yeah, I really don't.
This is all dark and foreboding sounding. But what's it mean for my soul?
Probably nothing.
I mean, I like the idea of pirating throughout the Great Beyond as much as the next gal. But if, say, I got no awareness after I die, does it even matter what happens?
No. Ak, of course you have no interest past that of your eyes and your stomach. Let us speak now of what can be done. Must be done. Watcher, you know best of all of us what our options are.
More answers could become apparent when we land on Ukaizo.
The Huana made compacts with the gods on Lost Ukaizo. Anything can happen on the shores of our ancestors. I say it is a place where mortals can reach beyond themselves, do freely what animancers struggle to dream.
We have to act quickly. Defending Ukaizo is the highest priority.
She's focused look sharpens the lines of her face. She scratches her cheek with the fingers of her wooden hand.
Our ships are fast and well equipped. We could sail to the edge of Ondra's mortar. See if Aethys' passage opens a way through the storms.
She narrows her eyes, watching the others.
Of course, finding Ukaizo once we're through is another matter.
Wow, that's nice. It can really be like that, eh? I can sense Aethys and Ondra's mortar. My soul calls out for it inside him.
That's so. You just might be able to save us.
Maybe I don't want to. She scratches her chin, an eager glimmer in her eyes.
We speak of collectively sailing for Ondra's mortar, but this crown will not support any plan that involves a single outsider ship landing on the shores of Ukaizo.
Well, that kind of... That's, yeah, that's not good.
It is for this moment that the gods test me. Anyone who seeks to cross Ondra's mortar will learn that the gates of Ukaizo are the end of compromise with the Huana.
Did everyone agree to an armistice while we walk through this crisis? I don't think that'll work. Try it.
I don't mean to let Aethys end us while we bicker. But the fate of Ukaizo is not exclusively a Huana concern.
I think I'm getting the gist of it now.
There's a barrel with a gun under her jaw, and she cocks you a cunning grin.
While these witless princocks go at each other's throats, we Principi will cut through the storms and plunder the city of gold.
Did you really have to say that out loud?
Whatever Aethys is seeking in those ruins, we'll find it. And then we'll sell it to the highest bidder. That, or me and mine will have front row seats to the end of the world.
If the Huana cannot take back our beginning, then our end fast approaches. The gods will judge us by our devotion to Ukaizo.
Are you going to guard it as closely as you've guarded your palace today?
A meaningful stare at the pirates.
Ukaizo was yours once, and you lost it. Meanwhile, the storms that cover Ondra's mortar plague Rauatai too. We will help the Watchers stop Aethys, but we will not leave our country's future in soft hands. We hope the Watcher agrees.
Why would you get me involved?
Watcher, there are two kinds of people in the Deadfire. Those who have called it home since time immemorial, and opportunists. With Ukaizo under our control, the Huana would restore order as it has not been seen since the days of our ancestors.
Order. And the only question is whether it will be the order of ignorance and tradition, or else of conquest. The secrets to be found in Ukaizo could elevate us all beyond the telling. I will not relinquish that dream so easily.
Come on, guys. So much as a final farewell, Adair tips her head to her armed crew, and the pirates withdraw as swiftly as they arrive.
Watcher, I say the time to play at freelancing is at an end. Any of us could get you to Ukaizo, but only one of us will stand by your side.
Really? I have to expect one? Studying you carefully, she nods and gestures for her attendants to clear the route.
Let's speak, Watcher, while we have the chance.
Really, man? Really?
I say it is not every day that a ship pulls into port from Magran's teeth. You are not too singed, I hope.
Oh.
Our enemies scramble for Ukaizo, dropping all pretense of strategy in their panic and haste. Eora, both topics I know well.
Alright, so this is odd.
So, it's to be Ukaizo. The last great arena of this contest. If you believe that sort of thing. Planting a flag in the sands of Ukaizo is a great way to hang a target on your back.
We set sail for Aethys, not an island.
Glad to hear that a practical opinion can still shout over the masses. I just want to know that we're doing this for the right reason. So far, I'm unconvinced. Until I see Ukaizo for myself, it's a bedtime story. Let the poets hang their hopes on a dream. Rauatai's navy should be better than this.
The trading companies can bicker for territory. Yeah.
Couldn't be prouder to be a part of it, Captain. Thanks for letting me squawk in your ear like a Shiza after too much shark meat. I needed that.
Alright.
Go on then.
Okay, so I think everybody else must have this sing song for me.